What is up, Nostalgiaholics? This is Tech Master Jason Redix here, and welcome to another video. This video is pretty much a sequel to the original video titled I Miss 2019, The Last Decent Year, which was released back on November 13th, 2021. And I was originally going to make a video titled RIP TSA Master, but it is actually proven that this LeapPad YouTuber is totally not dead. He came back on June 26, 2023, and I am so happy that he is back. However, he is not gonna upload his old videos from 2016 to 2019. At least for the time being, as I have made this video back in November 2023. And today is February 17th, 2024. If there's no LeapPad videos re-uploaded by TSA Master by today, then that's gonna suck. Because I actually miss watching his old LeapPad videos from 2016 to 2019. He did book reviews, circuit bending, and low battery LeapPad videos back in the day. Anyways, this is the video titled I Still Miss 2019, The Last Decent Year. Now before I start, let me say three things. 1. The pic of Eric Hill's puppy character Spot crying over 2019 being over for all eternity, as well as being hit by a thrown object, has been entirely redrawn by me. Why? Because I want Spot to look different, plus I am a pretty good artist too. This video was inspired by my good friend Methamphetamine, who has made a video about missing 2019 as well. It's his first vid. 3. If any of you guys still hate 2019, then please tolerate my thoughts. Anyways, let's get this video started. Shall I? I miss 2019 so bad. This was the last decent year for all of us, at least so far. Even in 2024, I still miss that year, as it was from the good 2010s decade. A decade that was so overhated when in all actuality, it was not that bad. I mean, things like medicine, technology, and possibly even politics have all gotten better when compared to the 2000s, which unfortunately was also so overhated. And that decade, in my opinion, was actually better than the 1990s. As I was born in 1999, the 2000s were my childhood decade, and the 2010s were the decade I was a preteen, then teen, and finally young adult. These two decades were miles better than the 2020s, which is really the worst decade ever since the 1930s. And man, did the 1930s suck just like the 2020s? That decade had the Great Depression, World War II, crap music, and cartoons with no color. The 2020s, in comparison, has had a global pandemic, war, and equally as crap music and cartoons, if not worse. And worst of all, I have a new imposter of me under the name the 2020s are the best decade ever, which is not even a real fucking username. But his YouTube handle says the real Techmaster Jason 99. You really think that I am gonna fall for this retarded crap again? No, of course not. Why? 'Cause just like back in the early 2020s, that is not the real Techmaster Jason. He has also stolen my profile pic of me from March 2022, when I was making a St. Patrick's Day special about the iconic McDonald Shamrock Shake, which actually does not taste the same ever since 2020, as his so-called real-life face. Well, that's obviously not his real face. And all of his videos are total shit. I will gladly link you his 2020 salute video in the description so that way, you guys can do commentaries on it for constructive criticism purposes only. Now, enough rambling. Here are 10 reasons on why I missed the year 2019, at least in my opinion anyway. 1. My college. I was still a college student, and my classes were normal, but starting in early 2020, they have been moved to fucking Zoom meetings. And I hated that shit so much. Also, my classmates have actually cared about me, but not in early 2020, before I have successfully graduated college. And I miss the days when I was actually working hard on my certificate program instead of procrastinating, and also going to Subway after class to eat my favorite meal alone before catching the train back home, which at the time was a 6-inch sub on Italian bread with turkey, American cheese, lettuce, and ketchup, toasted, with a side of Lay's classic potato chips, a drink of Coke, and 1 or 2 sugar cookies. This shit was actually pretty fucking good back in 2019. Now all these things taste like shit now, especially the Lay's. What the fuck has happened to my favorite potato chip? Subway in general has been really struggling since 2020, and I'm glad that I am now a Jimmy John's customer. Their sandwiches and chips are better in my opinion. College life was so chill. 2. The music. Even though music has started to decline in 2013, that year actually had some pretty good songs, such as Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, Senorita by Camila Cabello featuring Shawn Mendes, Piece of Your Heart by Medusa, and Back Foot by Dinosaur Pile Up. I miss those days when music releases were fresh, and the songs themselves were actually listenable. When listening to music pre-COVID, things were going fine. Afterwards, not so much. Instead, these songs are just nostalgia for a time long gone. Feel free to leave a comment about your favorite songs or your favorite decade for music. For me, it was the 2000s. 3. The flavored Cokes. Thankfully, Pepsi Vanilla and Pepsi Mango are still around, as well as Sprite Winter Spice Cranberry. Pepsi Lime and Berry were limited edition releases. But I am very shocked to hear that my favorite Coke flavors are no longer available to buy, which were Orange Vanilla Coke and Cinnamon Coke. The Orange Vanilla Coke was a drink launched by Coca-Cola back in February 20th, 19, which as of this video's posted date, was precisely 5 years ago. It was Coke's new flavor in over a decade. And it was so fucking delicious. Basically, this was a regular Coke with the citrusy taste of orange and the sweet taste of vanilla added to it, making this drink taste like a sexy creamsicle. This was the kind of drink to quench your thirst on a hot summer day, particularly back in 2019. I was so pissed off when Coke has quietly discontinued this flavor back in March 2022 for absolutely no freaking reason. I'll link a petition to bring back this Coke flavor in the description so that you guys can help me bring back my favorite Coke flavor in the last several years. Thankfully, it is still a Coke Freestyle flavor. And then, there was Cinnamon Coke, a limited edition Coke flavor released for Christmas 2019. This one was simply a regular Coke with extra cinnamon added to it. And I liked it. But ever since 2021, it has been quietly discontinued without a real reason. I'll link you a petition to bring back Cinnamon Coke in the description as well, 'cause you guys need to help me bring it back. I'm telling ya, it is not Christmas without Cinnamon Coke, Sprite Cranberry, and Hood Golden Eggnog, which have all been iconic holiday drinks for my grandpa. He was one of my favorite relatives that was ever alive, and I was so devastated when I heard the sad news that he has died back in February 2020, 4 years ago. He lived up to the age of 80, in which he has turned 80 back in November 20th, 19. And 2019 was the last year he was alive, the entire year. My grandpa has loved playing trombone, owning a piano business, giving me the best hugs and hosting Christmas parties at his good old house in Salem, Massachusetts, the spookiest place on earth. I still miss him so bad, and can't move on without him. Whenever I see a cartoon with grandparents in it, particularly Spot and his grandparents go to the carnival, I get really fucking upset as both of my grandparents are sadly no longer around anymore. Fortunately, my grandma is still alive for now, but has sadly moved away to Chicago to live with her brother, I think. But my grandpa is gone. And yeah, guys, I do not like Spot and his grandparents go to the carnival. Even though I am not showing any disrespect to the elderly. It's just that I think that this special is quite boring when compared to Spot's Magical Christmas, which I like better. The only good things about this special are the animation, Spot's voice, and the first song on Why Grandparents Are Great. Oh, not to mention that it was dubbed over by the world-famous Disney back in 1998. Everything else about it is borderline crap. I'll miss you, Grandpa Jim. Wah 5. The summer. Even though the summer of 2019 was not the best summer ever, that will go to the summer of 2012 in my opinion, that summer was still good. During this summer, I was a season pass holder to a water park in New Hampshire called Water Country, and I actually liked going there often. Only problem was, I had to do the water slide solo. The multi-person rides were challenging, but I dealt with not having a friend going on its attractions. What I liked best about Water Country back in summer 2019 was the fact that the lines were short, compared to now. What I hated was bees invading my picnic table whilst I was eating lunch. A new water slide called the Patriot has made its debut, and I liked that ride. It was fast, thrilling, and exciting. I felt like I was gonna die going down the drop. Don't be surprised if you go to Water Country this summer and see some people chicken out of the slide. What I also did back in summer 2019 was making mashups, biking, drinking orange vanilla Coke, and going on a vacation to the White Mountains with my dad. This summer was good, even though the summer of 2012 was the best. Particularly because of the music and playing Minecraft on a cool summer night. Summer nowadays does not hit the fucking same. And I end up staying at home rather than going outside. Someone take me back to summer 2019 right now. 6. The food. Nowadays, food does not taste the same anymore. This includes Cheez-It Original Crackers, Tyson Chicken Nuggets, popcorn, all flavors of Lay's chips, Wendy's barbecue sauce, pizza, Bob Evans Original Mashed Potatoes, and worst of all, the McDonald Shamrock Shake. Also, our favorite restaurant menu items have been discontinued since 2020. This includes KFC's popcorn nuggets and potato wedges, McDonald's buttermilk tenders, Burger King whipped cream as a shake topper, and furthermore. This is proof that most American restaurants are going down the drain fast. Not just with the food quality, but customer service as well. Back in 2019, my favorite foods tasted good and my favorite restaurants had good items that I miss so bad. I wasn't as much of a picky eater as I am now. 7. The movies. We had quality flicks like Toy Story 4, Joker, Avengers Endgame, and depending on your point of view, the live-action Disney remakes. Nowadays, movies are total fucking garbage. And the movie theater itself is on its way to extinction along with the dinosaurs, lol. Oh wait, sorry, that was not funny. Fun fact about me. The movies was the very last place I saw some of my old friends at. Now all of my old friends are gone forever. 8. Donald Trump as the president. You either loved him or not, but at least my home country, America, was not a total clusterfuck like it is now under the current president, Joe Biden. Under the Trump administration, everything was far more affordable, and he has tried to kick out illegal immigrants from crossing the Mexican border by promising to build a wall. Plus more good things. I especially liked his voice. Not trying to get too political here, so let me just move on to the next reason. 9. The holidays. Ever since 2020, every single holiday such as New Year's Day, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Independence Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas have all started to not feel the same anymore. I'll give you 1 or 2 good reasons on why each of these holidays suck now. New Year's is a depressing day. Valentine's Day sucks if you are single, then comes St. Patrick's Day. Wearing green means nothing to me anymore. Plus, the Shamrock Shake at McDonald's is no longer my favorite kind of milkshake. I really fucking hate McDonald's nowadays, as the quality is no longer there. Customer service sucks. Architecture sucks. And the food sucks so hard. This is the most overrated restaurant on earth, and I much rather go to Burger King than this pile of donkey vomit. Easter sucks because of the kitty egg hunts and the Easter bunny, when it's supposed to be about Jesus. I hate my parents, so that's why I hate Mother's Day and Father's Day. Independence Day is no longer worth celebrating, and I do not like its traditions anymore. They include cookouts, parades, swimming, and worst of all, fireworks. Then comes Halloween, which is no longer scary. And kids only care about the candy now. By the way, who even goes trick or treating anymore? And also, that fucking fine Spot at the Halloween party fucking ass childish book coming out in 2021 makes me want to jump off a bridge. Because Spot's dressed like a bat, the forbidden COVID symbol that we must ban at all costs. I miss the days when I used to decorate my old house in Winchester, Massachusetts for Halloween to appeal to the kids. And when Spot Halloween books were actually good, particularly cause his creator, Eric Hill, was still alive. Without him, Spot has gone down the toilet. Same goes with SpongeBob going down the toilet after his creator, Steven Hillenburg, has died. Next up is Thanksgiving, which to be honest, I was never a huge fan of. But I liked the food at the time. Those Bob Evans mashed potatoes fucking smacked. And last but not least is Christmas. My most favorite holiday of all time back in 2019. Now forever ruined. First reason I hate Christmas since 2020 is because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the second reason is, what the hell has happened to all of my favorite holiday traditions? I'll explain some of my favorites in full details here. I'll start off by talking about the Christmas lights. My old house used to have at least several thousand lights put up to appeal to locals driving by. Now, it is no longer happening, as I was forced to move away back in September 2021. I miss doing this so much. I also miss when Rockville Road, a dead-end street located in Tewksbury, Massachusetts, located just off of Shawshene Street, used to have lights. I've done this tradition for years, and 2019 was their last one. I wish that someone can create a petition on change.org to bring the lights back. Next up was making peanut butter blossoms. Back then, they actually tasted decent. Now they don't, because of rancid Skippy's peanut butter used for this recipe. Next was the presents. Back in good old 2019, I actually still wanted presents. Even though Christmas is about Jesus, I made sure to put him over the presents. I kept at least 2 of the presents I got from my parents on Christmas Day 2019. Lastly was Christmas TV, meaning that watching TV during the holidays does not hit the same anymore. We've lost several really good traditions, like a Charlie Brown Christmas airing on ABC. The removal of the Sprite Cranberry ad with LeBron James, SpongeBob's Road to Christmas airing on Nickelodeon, I hate that special, and worst of all, Hershey's changing the original Hershey's Kisses Christmas commercial back in 2020 by having a little girl take one of the kisses for her peanut butter blossom cookies. Thankfully, this new ad has sparked outrage from fans, and that the original was actually coming back. However, I haven't seen it come back since then. I really want the original version of the Hershey's Kisses Christmas commercial to come back this Christmas, or else I will waste myself. See that, guys? The last time Christmas was actually good was back in 2019. I deeply regretted not watching Spot's Magical Christmas back in the day. Why is that? Because I love Eric Hill's puppy character Spot so much, even though the franchise has started going downhill when Eric Hill died. 10. There was no COVID-19. Well, actually, there was. But back in 2019, it was just an epidemic in China. Nobody I knew has heard of the virus yet, and the first case hasn't really reached the United States till 2020 came. Now that COVID-19 is here, the entire world has changed forever. And I am so sad about that, because the pre-COVID life will never come back. I mean, many people have died from the virus, and all members of my family have gotten infected by it at least once, which really sucks for them. And that is all the reasons on why I miss 2019 so bad. Why it was the last decent year we have ever had. And I don't think that 2024 will be better than 2023 because of the presidential election and Tiana's Bayou Adventure opening up at both Disneyland and Magic Kingdom, replacing the iconic ride Splash Mountain. Oh, and Find Spot at the beach coming out this May. Bitch, there has already been a book about Spot going to the beach very similar to this one back in 2019, and it was 100 times better, and Eric Hill is rolling in his grave right now. But I don't just miss 2019. I also miss other years like 2000, even though I was only a baby then, 2002, my brother's birth year, 2006 and 2012. But 2019, oh man, that year was just so chill compared to now. I really wish that I had a Doraemon in real life so that he can take me back in time to at least 2019. But I still prefer the period lasting from late 1999 to 2012. Why? Because that era was so iconic and nostalgic to me. Anyways, thanks for watching this very sad video made by the ultimate nostalgia god, Tech Master Jason Redix, and this is me, signing out for now. Peace, and now I am gonna cry over 2019 not coming back, as Spot the dog in this picture.
Wah! Wah! Wah 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 wah! Stop hitting me with hard snowballs, you jerk! Why? Why can't we go back in time? I wanna fucking die right this second why? 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 Where is my time machine? Wah 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 wah! I will never be happy again because I miss Steve, Tom, and Helen. Where?